people. Guess who it is?
Guess who it is?
Yeah, it's us.
Us.
You know. This is black and white politics.
Yeah.
And I'm still the black guy.
And I'm blaming the white guy.
He is white. He's a lot. You're a lot whiter.
Yeah, man. You know, it's winter time. I haven't been to Sunday's Blue Box tanning in a while.
Nobody cares. Hey, look. First, this is going to be a semi-long video, about 20 minutes, I think.
20 minutes?
Yeah, he's going to edit a lot.
God.
Not really, because I know him. He'll just slap some paint on it and put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
All right, look. First thing we're going to talk about is why it's been 4 months.
I thought it's been a year.
No, it's been like 4 or 5 months. 4 months since we've been.
It's only been about a month.
It has not. It's been longer than that.
A little bit over a month.
All right.
I don't know. It's been about over a month.
I drive a lot of Uber.
A lot.
He says I drive a lot.
You do drive a lot.
All right. This man right here works like 18 jobs, I think it feels like. I think it's actually only like 2, right?
Bicycle shop, 2 tour bus companies, a little bit of Uber.
So he's doing some things.
Yeah, a lot of, yeah.
And he's got a great woman, and I think the woman's keeping him occupied a lot. So, with that being said, I think that has more to do with anything. But I haven't met her yet. And I tried to talk to her on the phone yesterday.
Me?
And she wasn't having it. She probably looked at the phone like, what the hell is he trying to talk to me for? So, with that being said, Miss you I haven't met yet. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
All right, look. With that being said, we're still here. Things are going to even out when he has future plans that are coming up that are going to change things.
Yeah.
And it'll open up some more days for him that we'll be able to get back in a more regular rhythm. Yeah. Probably about once a week, I would say we'd do one.
Yeah.
And do a recap of the politics for the week.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's go back to, I think, about December now that we missed.
You missed all December?
Yeah. So, with that being said,
damn.
I want to say this with the bottom of my heart, just to folks to know. I fucking told you. I told you, no matter what they did and what happened, that he was still going to be your president after the end. Didn't I say that?
You did say that.
What? You ain't got nothing to say about that? You ain't got to say nothing about the fact I was right.
Well, he was right.
I was right.
He was right. So, mark that in your calendars, in your Google Calendar, in your phone, whatever, mark it.
Because it unfolded exactly like I thought it would. They impeached him in the House. It got to the Senate. And just like the night on the Virginia Beach steps when I told you exactly what was going to happen, it happened. In less than 2 weeks, the Senate, chunked that bitch out. You're gone. Everything's good. We're rolling on with life.
Yep. And even if it had gotten to everything, well, I think if I remember right, they did impeach back in the day to impeach Clinton.
Yeah.
Right? But he was still president.
Yep, still president.
So,
but it didn't pass it, just like it was when it got to the House.
Right. It was like, they
were like, look, this is his family thing. That was between him and her.
Yeah.
And with this, it was so bipartisan, there was no way, even though we got this one guy named Romney, yeah, him.
Romney.
He decided that he was going.
Oh, that clown.
He's a clown.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's even on he's in the Republican Party.
Yeah. Well, he's a clown that had, in my opinion, she's crazy. What's her name? Stacey Dash. She's fine though. She's fine as hell. But I remember back in the day, Stacey Dash was endorsing him. But she's anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, so that worked out just like we told you it would here at Black and White Politics. Why? Because we're not idiots. We just know a few things.
We're special.
Very special.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So, okay. So, I was reading something recently, and your president, Donald Trump,
Donald
J.
Trump, 45th president.
45th president of the United States of America.
What was you reading, man?
I was reading Donald Trump actually basically had met up with some black leaders, black leadership, and was getting some praise from some black leaders because some of his things that he has done basically has helped the African American incarceration rate on the federal level. And they were praising him. But I think right now that unfortunately President Trump is only getting about somewhere, according to the article, about 14-ish% of
But
some of the
however,
African vote.
other Republicans have only ever managed to get not 16, but 6% of the
Right.
African American vote.
Right.
So that
that's
tells you a
changing.
lot.
Yeah.
People of all races and everybody are finally beginning to see that the fake news is fake,
Right.
and they're migrating over.
Right.
All right, the next thing we're going to talk about real quick, because he's still your president, and that's not going to change. The next thing we're going to talk about real quick is, did you see the video of the young lady going into the Multicultural Center, and she stood up in there and said there was too many white folks in this multicultural center?
No, I actually
Did
missed
you
that
see
one.
that?
No, I actually missed that one.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
She said there was too many white folks in the multicultural center.
You know, as a white man, I'm offended with that because, you know, if it had been the other way around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
if a white guy would have got up and stood in the middle of that
Right.
room and said there's too many black folks,
Right.
and with too many black folks in here and I don't feel comfortable,
Right.
all hell would have broke loose.
I know.
There'd have been boycotts, and
Yeah,
it'd have been on
boycotts,
news every
news.
5 seconds.
Al Sharpton would have been out.
Yeah, it'd been
Everything would
terrible.
have been like nuts. So it's a double standard. My thing is this.
Go ahead.
And my thing is this. You know, when people realize, understand that people are just people, they look different, they have a little bit different beliefs, different politics, which there is no politics but conservatism. But anyway, then, you know, things will be good. But unfortunately, you always have the race baiters. People like people like Al Sharpton,
Don Lemon?
you know, Don Lemon. People of that ilk coming up, stirring up the pot, and you know, it's kind of like with what's going on between men and women even nowadays in our society. I know I'm starting to ramble. Sorry. That hasn't changed, but
It ain't never gonna change.
you know, I know, but you know, it's like kind of the same thing where you have the double standard between men and women. A woman goes out here and commits a crime, she's gonna get a lesser sentence for the same crime compared to a male.
Same way with domestic violence,
domestic
right?
violence and all the same
Yeah.
the same thing. It's the same thing with these race baiters. What they're doing, unfortunately, they're just stirring up the race pot. And yeah, other times when something might be warranted, someone of one race did something to some other race that was terrible, sure. But does that rubber stamp an entire race of people because you have a few idiots over here doing
Always
X,
with
Y,
you.
Z? No, you've always got a few idiots. I
Yeah.
mean, both of us from the Navy. I know. In the Navy, I've been an idiot from time to time. I've done all kinds of stuff you will never know here on any of my channels when I was in the Navy. Okay, stuff that nowadays, well, back then we could do back then.
Yeah, we can get away with things.
Back then, but now you younger people in the Navy or people who are still in, that's captain's mast. Or you're gonna get kicked out. So
All right.
yeah.
So now that we covered that, I'm pretty sure you'll leave a link to that little video of her. You'll find it. I'll show it to you before we get
show
off
it to
here.
me, yeah.
All right. That brings us up just about, because you had a lull, there wasn't nothing really happening.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, how hell broke loose in China.
Oh, yes.
And now here we are sitting in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak.
Right.
Epic hoax or scare. We're fitting to discuss that right now.
Yeah.
Now look, I'm going to tell you my theory, and I want you to tell me what you think.
Oh, okay.
Also, the thing is this. One or two things actually happened where the coronavirus, I think, originated.
Okay.
From some texts and stuff, or some stuff that was actually put out and the way things were actually done in China, I'm agreeing with the fact that I think that in the lab that they was in, they mishandled the coronavirus and it got away from them. Mishandled the animals that they had in there, and I think that's how it got started. Mainly because of the way that they tried to contain it and everything else. With that being said, it is more contagious than the flu, but the flu kills more people.
That's correct.
They're trying to keep it down because they said it will kill more people because of it's more, it is more potent, more more of a problem when if you get in contact and you become sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're up to like nearly 3,000 people that have died from it. We've just had
like worldwide.
Worldwide, we've had one death here. It's on every continent now except Antarctica, and it has the potential to be catastrophic. Even though we're sitting over here, the world is a much smaller space than it used to be.
Right.
With us sitting over here in North America.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think the best thing that happened was the fact that Trump shut down them flights from China.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the conversation went something like this. I think Ping was like, "Hey man, we got issue," and Trump was like, "We're gonna have you handle it. You ain't nobody coming over here from that." I think he did something similar because I think Ping let him know what was going on, and he was like, "Hey, shh, cut that shit off."
Yeah.
And he did that long before it blew up. And you remember when he first did it, and it went away real quick once they finally found out what was going on, that they were, oh, it's racist and stuff. No, he was trying to save your life. With that being said, I think we'll be fine. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it is blowed up a lot by the media, not discounting the fact that it could be worse, but it's been blowed up a lot to media trying to weaponize it in such a way to hurt the election chances of Trump. What do you think?
I agree. I've even heard something. I saw something on YouTube. I can't remember who the heck it was, but they were even thinking that is a possibility that the virus could even have come from outer space. Now, that's kind of far out, my friends, but hey, who knows? You know, strange things happen.
From
outer space, yeah, strange things happen. Because recently I was watching. I'm a science kind of nerd. I was watching something recently, and they were doing core samples, ice core samples in Antarctica, and they found ancient, basically cold and flu viruses that were dormant. They tried to wake them up, if you will, but they wouldn't wake back up. So what if there's some frozen rock with some organic material on it that
you think China was working on something of that nature?
Now what he says, less far off. Yeah, I think probably it might have been China in a lab working on some kind of medical thing to weaponize it or not. Hell, who knows? We might be working on. I know we're probably working on some shit to weaponize something. We're working on something. I mean, look at our history. We have the American Indians.
We would never slide smallpox into a blanket.
In their blankets. So,
we would never do that, man.
Yeah, we never would. But anyway, so it could be China doing that, or any government for that matter.
But it's out of control now. They lost containment.
Yeah, they lost containment of it. So my thoughts on it. But the virus, the Wuhan, the coronavirus, more specifically, as I understand it, the Wuhan virus. Because there's always different kinds of coronaviruses out and about, like right now.
Yeah.
Like right now. But the Wuhan coronavirus is the one we're concerned with. Yeah, it's if you get it, you're more likely to be screwed. It seems,
especially if you're in a third world country with the type of medical that we have here,
and technology, stuff like that. And I watched a disturbing video where in China they actually arrested a journalist.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, the guy was filming. It made the YouTube thing, guy. They arrested a journalist, came to his house, arrested him for basically showing video of people actually falling, dropping dead in China. But the guy was this Chinese journalist. I wish I could remember his name. He was actually trying to put the truth out there of what's going on as far as the quality of healthcare. These Chinese citizens are.
They did build a hospital
receiving.
in 8 days.
Yeah, I mean, as a former CB, 8 days, that's impressive, but still, you built a hospital in 8 days, but like,
why did you need the hospital to begin with?
Right? Is it? quality. Like, what kind of quality of hospital? What kind of quality of care are they getting? And don't get me wrong, I'm certain that on the grassroots level, your local Chinese nurse, your local Chinese doctor, medical professionals doing the best they can, but they're having to probably work with stuff that compared to what we have here in the U.S. is probably substandard.
Yeah.
Just probably. I mean, probably is. And so that is going to. That's a problem. And the fact that, like he was mentioning earlier, we live in a smaller world now. The world is the same size, but it's smaller because we're both Uber drivers, on the side or whatever. I mean, well, he's more and I'm on the side, right? Both Uber drivers. We come into contact people off of ships, planes, or wherever on a regular basis. I drive tour buses some. Same thing, contact people from all over the globe. Air traffic, ship traffic, train traffic. And of course, I mean, nowadays, on a small level, the International Space Station, right? International people from Russia and other countries, together up there.
We're going from here to Australia in 19 hours on a non-stop flight.
Right. I mean, you're going to be in contact with more people. My girlfriend, she's a nurse. She's in contact with people all the time. And when there's flu and stuff like that going on, the places that she'll work at, they'll take extra precautions because people are so exposed to people. It is concerning. It is real. It is dangerous. But like he said, I think they're trying to make it into something to hurt Trump. They're trying to blow it up into being more serious than it is because what we consider the common flu. There's different kinds of flu, but the common flu is still killing more people than the Wuhan strain of the coronavirus is killing people. So
wash your hands, folks. Keep your hands off your face.
Yeah,
that's what they said.
Yeah. So,
all right. You can say it's 16 minutes.
Long video.
And I told you that it would be 20 minutes.
You did tell me that.
We have one more piece of information that we have to put out, that we have to get out. And he's going to probably fall right in line with this if he followed anything. Ooh, that sun is getting me right there. All right, here we go. I want to get close because I want to make folks understand what I'm fitting to say and the words coming out of my mouth.
Oh, God.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Y'all ready for this?
All right, here we go. Socialism kills people. People die under socialism. I don't give a rat's ass how old you are, and if you're freaking in your early 20s and you're still under this fucking fascination that socialism is all great and wonderful, go do some reading. Go look up the crap that's going on. Granted, Bernie Sanders is probably going to get the nomination if the DNC does not screw him out of it again this year.
They're trying to do it.
And they kept him from it last year, trying to get Hillary in. Hillary, yeah. Now look, socialism is great in theory.
In theory.
But what they don't tell you is that eventually everybody else's money runs out.
That's correct.
And then they come after everybody else's money.
Right.
And then they take the gun and come get what's left.
Yep.
In Venezuela, when the store owners tried to adjust the market price for the food they were trying to sell to try to make a profit, the government come in, confiscated this business, and gave away the food, and then nobody has any food because the government is running it. The fat cats at the top got food, but you don't see their people have lost an average of 19 pounds a year.
That's a weight loss program I don't want to be on.
These folks are eating cats, rats, dogs, and anything they can get their freaking hands on.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Mm-hmm. Because socialism kills folks. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't understand how this becomes such a popular movement or how you people don't understand it. My man right here and me both born and grew up at a time that we were still diving under desks thinking, and it was not for hurricane or for tornadoes.
No.
It was because we were wondering whether or not we was going to have to dive if a nuclear bomb dropped.
Right.
Before the Berlin Wall fell.
Before the wall fell, yeah, because of
because
Union.
Yeah. Now listen, these folks were dying to get out from over there.
Mm-hmm.
You go ask anyone that has actually lived in a socialist country or anything and ask them, do you think that we need socialism as a country? And I will guarantee you that not one of them will say yes.
Yep.
We want to live in a socialist country.
Nope.
Because if you do, you need your fucking head examined.
he pretty much said it. But like, if you look at people from like Venezuela, or look at people from the former USSR, the Socialist Republic, and you talk to them, the older people, who have lived here for a while, they'll let you know that, yeah, we got our problems here in the U.S.
Yeah, we got problems. We understand that.
But tonight, for most of you, when you go to your local Walmart, you're going to have food on the shelf. You're going to have plenty of milk on the shelf. Walmart, Target, Lidl, Aldi. There,
local convenience
store, you might go in there for some bread, and the bread costs you, a loaf of bread costs you $10. I mean, it's like, it's ridiculous. And that's even if they have a loaf of bread. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think somebody was saying, and please y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I think somebody was saying if we had conditions like those places had, that the average grocery store would run out of food in about 3 to 5 days. And really, I believe it would run out of food really in about 2 days with the panic that would be ensued. You know what I mean? I mean, we have it good here. And for people to try to bring in socialism and try to have, you know, everything always equal, they may mean well, and that's fine, you mean well, but what we need is what works. And what works is a free capitalistic type of society, and
where you can drive Uber if you want to make some money.
And
you want to go grow some groceries out there, and then sell it back.
Sell it back. You can
without the government say, no, you got to give me that, and you're gonna grow this now, and you're gonna grow this for us, but you ain't gonna get the money out of it.
Right. The bottom line is, the more socialist the United States becomes, and make no doubt, we're becoming more socialist, the more control that the government and many of the elite, and let's not say everybody who's elite or has a lot of money is evil. They're not, but enough of them are. But the more those types of people are going to be controlling everything, and it'll get to a point where, I mean, this might sound kind of joking, but they'll probably tell you what kind of toilet paper you can buy.
Because there won't be but one.
Right, it won't be but one. You get to wipe your tail with this kind of toilet paper. And people probably laugh at us for saying this, but again, like he says, go look at Venezuela. Go look at the former USSR, Soviet Union.
Cuba.
Cuba under Fidel Castro and others. You know, it sounds great. I mean, technically North Korea.
North Korea.
China. Although he's
a dictator.
But he's changed a little teeny bit, but not much. Not much. Not enough to make a difference.
You know it's bad whenever it come out. Whenever this just come out about Bernie's talking about. He was praising Fidel Castro of some of the things that Fidel Castro did, and the folks in Florida, the Cuban folks in Florida, were like, "Huh?
Yeah." What the? See, a lot of young people don't know, and we're starting to get long. I'm gonna apologize. A lot of young people don't understand.
We told you it was gonna be long. We ain't quite done.
Yeah, we ain't quite done. A lot of young people don't understand. Yeah, we're too old, maybe farts. Okay, we are, but we grew up in a time when it was a real threat. That, especially living here in the Hampton Roads with Naval Station, Norfolk, here, Virginia Beach, with Oceana, my base, Little Creek, right?
I wasn't up here then.
Right, but he's been in the military too. But still, if something happens and the current Russians or the Chinese, whatever, we're done. We're through. We're black and white politics. Everybody here in Hampton Roads,
one of the first place they pop.
We're dead. A lot of you watching this, you're dead, because there's this here and that there, and I won't say too much because I know where shit is. But I'm saying you're dead. That's the kind of fear we lived under the Cold War.
Back in the freaking 80s.
Back in the 80s and what the early 90s, pretty much. I mean, like.
It fell in 89. So
yeah, but there was still. I think it was still.
Still a lot of tension.
I think it was like 91 when the Soviet Union, it was 91 about then 91.
It was in that era.
It was in the era, yeah, when the Soviet Union actually
I think Reagan gave his speech in 89, and then it fell.
Yeah. He said, Gorbachev, tear down this wall,
and then it fell in 91.
Then it fell in 91, yeah.
I had to get that off my chest because I've been seeing it a lot, and it's one of the things it irritates me to no end that people don't understand the fact that socialism will get you killed, because he's going to say, "Oh, we're just taking over. We're going to nationalize health care." All right, that's great. We need to nationalize. We need to nationalize freaking the electrical grid. All right, because everybody should pay that one tax, right, or that one amount of money.
Right.
All right, but that also means that they can jack the price up on you.
And going back to the medical thing, this is my Veterans Administration
It never stops.
card.
Is my point.
It never stops. Let me cover up my number, my ID number real quick.
Why?
Cover my ID number real quick on my card. But my first name is spelled Blaine. Now I recently went back to the VA to have them correct it. Hopefully they correct it this time. But this is my VA card, my health care card. Can you see it? It's a front-facing camera, but it says BLAIN.
They screwed it up.
Left the E out. So this is a VA. I'm a veteran.
They screwed up.
Simple thing they screwed up. Now, no offense to the hardworking men and women at the VA at the ground level, but the higher ups can't get that right and other things right. They can't run the VA
$5 billion website
right,
didn't work.
Right, doesn't work. You're right. How do you think that the U.S. government is going to do? Will they have a similar thing for you civilians if they can't even spell this veteran's name right?
He has a point. I get the point.
Yeah.
Hey, with that being said, and now that I've got that off my chest, and he's looking at this thing going, damn, this thing's long, and he's going to put it all out there. All right, look, I have to bring this up. It has to be done. My man got a new hat. Look. Hot damn. He's been wearing that old nasty hat for a minute.
It's a nasty, crusty hat.
That thing
I did
crusty.
I did wash it every now and then.
It was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. It was getting rough.
Listen up, folks. Like I said, we're going to try to do better and start getting this out here
some changes happen.
Once change, we're going to try to make sure we get out here at least once a week. We'll meet out here and do a video. We were going to shoot this outside, but it wasn't the cold, because it's not quite really not cold. It was the wind, and we didn't want the whole roaring wind in the video.
Yeah.
With that being said, this is Black and White Politics. We are not done. We are not going anywhere.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Yeah. If you're subscribed,
share.
Maybe I'll take this freaking nasty sweatshirt off that I've been wearing since we started
my
shooting.
Goodness. You're going to take off the Alabama sweatshirt?
Yeah, man.
Now that would be a miracle.
You know, if we ever get to 500 subscribers, we're gonna have to like put on some nice clothes and stuff and turtlenecks and start shooting that show.
Look respectable and crap.
Look respectable for 500 viewers.
Hopefully by then I can afford it, no problem. We'll see.
Yeah, I still can't afford it. I'll still be in flip flops. Check it out, folks. This is Black and White Politics. I am David. I am the black guy.
There's something off camera I saw. Anyway, I won't tell you what it was. And I'm Blaine. I'm the white guy. Can't you tell?
Y'all have a great day.
See ya.